Is Hunt Showdown about to pull a Marvel? Okay, you've probably seen the teaser already called Tidal Murmurs, giving us our first, well, tease of what's coming next for Hunt Showdown. Some people asked if I was going to cover that video when it dropped, and here we are a week later. In this video, we're going to talk about a few different topics, including the teaser trailer, but also Hunt's future cinematics. In truth, there isn't much revealed in the teaser, at least as far as content goes for the next Tide event, but we can gather some information from around the block that might offer a glimpse of Crytek's future plans. Be sure to subscribe for all that future Hunt info, but let's discuss. Let's start with some context. We'll come back to the teaser video in a second, but we know that Tide of Shadows was the first of a new trilogy similar to the Moon trilogy. Trader's Moon, Serpent Moon, Devil's Moon. Confirmed by this tweet from Hunt General Manager David Fifield back when Tide of Shadows kicked off. He said the Hunt Showdown Tide trilogy begins. And Tide of Shadows was cool. You were there, I was there, Rotjaw was there, we played in the rain, all of that was great. And although Tide of Shadows has finished, the trilogy wasn't over.
Still isn't over.
Okay, so back to the teaser then, and the one thing that should stick out to you is that you can't see the hunter's lips. Just kidding. I know animation is hard and expensive. But really, the thing that should stick out to you is that this is the first Hunt Showdown trailer where characters in it actually speak. We had the voiceover back in the Tide of Shadows trailer, but the voices in this one are actually dialogue. So what do they actually say then? Well, let's listen.
You hear that?
Hear what?
There.
So, not much, to be honest. But what's inside the box? If you listen to the chapters from the Tide of Shadows event like I didn't, yeah, this is awkward. For anyone else who didn't listen during the event, I'll link you to a really great video that will get you caught up, but the cargo ship contains a box that whispers and perhaps contains this weird bug relic that has a bunch of weird abilities, maybe why the hunters are developing these pact abilities. So that might be what's in the box, but the teaser is super short, and we don't really need to craft a game theory from 30 seconds of video. We'll know more soon enough. The more interesting aspect of this trailer though is that I think it signals Hunt's aspirations. We've seen plenty of visual storytelling in the trailers before for events and DLC hunters. In fact, everyone seemed to notice a shift when the Lonely Howl DLC dropped. Even then, I speculated we were on the road towards cinematic lore drops like Apex Legends, and at last, over a year later, we finally got some dialogue in a trailer. I mean, it's only a few words, but it's a start. But we also have more voice acting in the game too. We got Doug Cockle in the tutorial mission, we have these fully voiced lore chapters in the Tide of Shadows event, and now we have Hunter dialogue in a trailer. I think having more voices in the Bayou will make it feel more alive, but also will allow Crytek to tell new stories. In an interview I did last month, we found out that Binge had lost the rights to make a live-action web short, but we also learned Crytek is considering other options. Fifield said in that interview specifically, but we have the rights and are considering other video partners who might want to put out some kind of franchise extension talking about the Hunt universe. So I think we're heading in that direction, albeit taking baby steps. This is all speculation on my part, but it feels like we are getting closer to more fleshed out lore drops, maybe with cinematics and a story people actually want to hear. There's another 5 years of life planned out for Hunt Showdown, and that's going to require some expansion in new and interesting ways. We already mentioned the Apex Legends cinematics, but there's also things like the Arcane series on Netflix. Having a deep world is part of keeping players interested in the characters, and in my view, that hasn't really been there for Hunt Showdown. Not that every game needs it, but if you want it, you have to develop it. But I'm curious how you guys feel about it. Do you want to see a Hunt Showdown cinematic universe? Do you think we're about to get some story drops, or is this just little voice acting experiments? Let me know down in the comments, and until the next video, goodbye.